Yes, guys, we're back for episode 6 of the Fulham career mode. In the first game of the episode, we have Sheffield United at home. We're just taking the press conference very early on to try and boost the team's morale, but press conferences this year seem to be pointless. I've not actually had a press conference this year, which has actually changed anything at the start of the game. After the game, they're all right, the post-match one. But the pre-match press conference is pointless. But as you can see at Craven Cottage, the first game of the episode, Sheffield United at home, we've got the team. It is our usual team we do like to play. We start with Gazaniga in goal, Kenny Tete and Adebayo on the right. We've got Tanganga and Robinson on the left, Dembele and Reeders Holding, Wilson, Anguissa, Mella and Mitrovic as the front four. So without further ado, our first chance of the game comes from Wilson playing the ball forward to Mitrovic, who absolutely knocks O'Connell off the ball, and Egan as well, and scores a fantastic goal. Is there a better striker in England? Never mind the Championship. Alexander Mitrovic, another goal for him to take him even further towards the top scorer. In the 15th minute, Sheffield United, McGoldrick plays it to Osborne, and they play some lovely football, and Oliver Burke. I know he doesn't score much in real life, but that is a fantastic goal from Oliver Burke. Good football from Sheffield United. Premier League standard football, some would say. And that's a lovely finish. No chance for Gazaniga there. Then the 26th minute, Harrison Reed. I don't know what was up with him this episode. He gives away the ball. And Oliver Burke is through on goal again. Adebayo tries to go across and he crosses it in. It's an easy finish for the 6'5" Sander Berge. Honestly, I don't know what was happening defensively. We were so poor. But Sheffield United take the 2-1 lead and it's very disappointing. But then again, in the 41st minute, Mella picks up the ball, plays it to Mitrovic. Sambo Anguissa picks up the ball. Look at this foul on Mitrovic. Jesus, what is that from Jack O'Connell, who has an absolute shocker of a game? Worse than anyone in our defence. It's a terrible challenge. Look at that. Should go to prison for that one. That's terrible. But anyway, Mitrovic steps up to take the penalty against Robin Olsen, the big Swede. And he converts it. It's a comfortable finish from Mitrovic. 2-2 in the game. That sort of takes us out for the first half. And as you can see, he celebrates there. That'll be an easy thumbnail, that. And the 66th minute, McGoldrick. I mean, Gazaniga again with that. He really, really worries me with his ability to save a shot. That is sort of the key thing when you're a goalkeeper, to actually save a shot, and Gazaniga is not the best at it. Definitely worrying. But in the 89th minute, we struggle to break him down. Mitrovic forces a fantastic save from Olsen. The big 6'6" goalkeeper makes a tremendous save. And we bring off Sambo Anguissa from the corner for Tom Kearney. We give the captain a bit of a run out. And I always look for Gazaniga from a corner because I always find it funny for a keeper to try and score. But whenever you cross the ball, it always locks you off them. As you can see, it instantly goes to Mitrovic. He wins the header. And it comes back to Kearney and we're 3-3 in the last minute. Instant impact substitution. I mean, I ain't done a bad job there, have I really? As soon as I brought him on, he scored. Nice finish from Kearney. I know it's an open net, but you have seen players miss them before. But Egan's got his head in his hands, and we make it 3-3. But then in the 4th minute of added time, Osborne picks up the ball, and Hurahan just hits it over the bar. And we escape with a 3-3 draw. Honestly, sometimes I think Legendary is too easy, but in other games like this, it's just so difficult to break down the AI. But we do manage to do it, and we go straight into the second game of the episode, and we take on Birmingham City at Craven Cottage. And the team, few changes. We've got the fullbacks coming out for Christian Bryan. We've got Zambo Anguissa dropping in for Harrison Reed after his poor performance against United. And then we've got Kearney retaining his place. Well, he's come back into the squad. While Wilson, Mella and Mitrovic retain their places. Kearney's come into the squad. There's a central attacking midfielder. So Kearney picks up the ball in the 7th minute, plays it to Mitrovic, who looks for Mella. And look at Mitrovic's movement off the ball. The AI sometimes this year, attacking-wise anyway, defensive-wise, as you can see, Roberts sort of lets the Birmingham defence down as he sort of pushes up for some reason. But Mitrovic easily finishes that past Sarkic. On the 5-star weak-footed, captain scores another goal. Then in the 10th minute of the game, Mitrovic again, trying to make a bit of space, plays it to Dembele, who finds Harry Wilson, who takes a fantastic touch, and it's another goal past Sarkic, who could only watch it go in. I mean, I felt bad for Sarkic this game. He can't really do anything about the goals he's conceded. And we make it 2-0. Very comfortable so far against strong Birmingham City side. And you can't complain about a 2-0 lead against them. In the 33rd minute, Mitrovic finds Wilson again, and all you have to do is flick the right analog stick up, and he sprints away from Pedersen, who's not the slowest. Sarkic, that goal though. That is poor goalkeeping. I'm not sure why a goalkeeper would choose to save a shot like that at that angle. It's a weird animation. Surely they would go down with their hands and maybe try and save it. That's how most keepers save shots, or so I'm told. But Dembele here does fantastically to hold off the big Troy Deeney. And Sambo Anguissa plays another through ball to Mitrovic, who scores another goal. Honestly, he's so unreal in front of goal. I don't think we have a better striker who can score goals like this in any career mode. And he's scored a hatful of goals already this season. He's already into 20-something goals, and it's just insane at this stage of the season. So 4-0 takes us for the first half. Well, you can see Gazzaniga actually pulls off a decent save there, which is something I don't normally say. But in the 75th, Mella picks up the ball from Wilson, and Wilson gets another assist, and Mella gets another goal. Again, though, does the Richarlison celebration. It's another goal for Mella. And he's fantastic. He's an absolutely insane talent, especially for how young he is. But Ricky J. Jones tries to cap off the scoring, and he makes it 6. Sarkic cannot even move for that goal. He watches it fly past him. And I mean, that's a comfortable victory. 6-0 against Birmingham. There's not much you can do better than that. Got loads of highlights, as you can see, but another good result against a decent Birmingham side. A lot more convincing than last time. I can't remember the last score, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure we didn't win by quite a lot. It might have been 3-2 or something like that. But Wilson, again, fantastic game. I think he got 2 assists and 2 goals that game and stole the man of the match off Mitrovic. So there's not much better than that. But 13 games unbeaten in the league. This team is unbelievable. Absolutely fantastic. But we're going to our 3rd game of the episode at the Majewski Stadium, also called Moulton Road. It's a very nice looking stadium, to be fair. Better than Court Lane or whatever it was, the Luton Stadium last episode. Very nice indeed. We've got the lineup. Tetin, Robinson come back in. Reed makes an appearance back in the team. Jones comes down the left for Mella. Reed comes down the right for Wilson because he's tired. And Anguissa sits behind Mitrovic. And as you can see in the 20th minute, what a finish that is. I know I slate Gazzaniga. I might think different on the replay, but that is a fantastic finish from Miete. He pulls it back. No one gets close to him. Oh, I don't know, actually. Could Gazzaniga have saved that? We couldn't save that one. This time it's Alvaro Ejaria. And honestly, Reading are absolutely battering us to ruin our unbeaten streak so far. But as you can see in the 57th minute, they pick up the ball again. Josh Laurent, who always causes problems, plays it to Miete. And look at that for a back heel. And Gazzaniga does make a good save, to be honest. And Rinomota is booked for a challenge previously. But honestly, we're really struggling against this Reading side. They can break us down so easily. As Tanganga clears the header. But again in the 87th minute, they make another chance. And Ejaria forces another save from Gazzaniga. We did not create anything this game. Mitrovic was blowing from like the half time. So was Sambo Anguissa, and we really struggled to do anything. But we do actually find Bobby Decord over Reed in the 92nd minute. And he gives us a consolation goal. It's a little bit too late. We don't have any more highlights. We just go straight into the post-match interview. I mean, look at that. They absolutely dominated. 63 more passes. Which in real football isn't a lot, but in FIFA for a 10-minute game is absolutely horrendous to defend against. But the post-match interview, very disappointed. But I mean, 13 games unbeaten and we get beaten. It's not a big problem. But we do play quite well in general. We were just unlucky in that game. Reading are a very well-drilled team. They were 7th in the league before the game. They can't win every game. But as I say, take no more questions. And we've got 5 games again, so I don't like to look at all the stuff going off screen because there's nothing happening really. So I went straight into the next game against Swansea City at the Swansea City Stadium. It's called something like that. Massive changes up to the team. We've got Rodak in goal, Christie, Mawson, Hector and Bryan in the defence, Chalobah, Seri, holding midfield, and then Kearney, Anguissa, Mella. And of course, Alexander Mitrovic. I feel bad for Muniz and Ricky J. Jones, to be honest, but they're never going to get game time against this team. But in the 14th minute, we head out the ball with a good clearance. And tragedy strikes as Michael Hector, who makes his way back into the team, He's injured immediately, as you can see before. If you rewind it, he does force a very, very dangerous challenge on himself when he tries to clear the ball. But we nearly score. Mitrovic forces a good save from the goalkeeper. The 39th minute, Zambo Anguissa's pressing them very, very heavily. And he forces Mitrovic to intercept. Cabano picks the ball up, plays it to Anguissa, who plays it to Mella. And look at that. They make one mistake. And Mella punishes them very well with a nice finish from the youngster on his weak foot to put us 1-0 up. So 1-0 up against Swansea. I think that was all the action for the first half. And Swansea were getting a bit under the cosh, as you can see with the half-time whistle now going. Good first half against a decent Swansea side. Not too many highlights I've shown, but we did play quite well. Then in the 48th minute, Seri plays the ball out. They pick it off. Nicham picks the ball up. And they play some really nice football here, Swansea. We played through, and Rodak with a fantastic save. He's coming for Gazaniga today, because I thought you may as well give Rodak a bit more game time, because he definitely deserves it. He's a very solid goalkeeper on his day. He's still young at 23 or 24. Only one rating lower than Gazaniga. I think he deserves a bit more game time. I know he's a bit of a Fulham fan favourite from the promotion season. As you can see there, clearly shouted to his man. And we managed to get the ball clear. But the highlight doesn't end there with Kearney picking up the ball, dribbling through a few men, and Zambo Anguissa. He was so quick against Bidwell here. Manages to cut the ball back to Kearney. Again, nice dribbling from the captain to say he was struggling last game. And Mella scores his second of the game. Look at this man. He's making the Swansea defence look atrocious. Some nice dribbling again from the youngster. 6'4" and he can turn like that. Man's like a 50p. We're 2-0 up. And it's very nice to see. So, Swansea on the attack. Patterson picks up the ball, plays it to Bidwell. We're trying to defend. And look at this for poor defending from Brian on the back post. Oliver Nicham, and I can't blame Rodak for that, but Joe Bryan on the back post. What is he doing? A solid defender, experienced defender like Joe Bryan, making a mistake like that in a game like this. It's just disappointing. But Cabano picks up the ball, plays it to Muniz, and Ivan Cavallero to take a bow. Look at that. I should have done the Andy Gray then, because that was an absolute worldie, that was. That was a very nice finish. A nice assist from Muniz, who doesn't get much game time, but Cavallero, look at that. He's not saving that Swansea City goalkeeper. And that leads us to the 3-1 victory. And a good victory in Wales. I couldn't say, I don't know where Swansea is. I was going to say South Wales. I have no idea where Swansea is in Wales, I'm not going to lie. The match stats, we should have scored 3, and we scored 3, so can't complain against that. As you can see, though, 10 rating for Mella and a 7.7 from Marek Rodak. That's a fantastic rating for the goalkeeper, and that's higher than Gazaniga's got in his last load of games. And Alfie Mawson with a 7.4, who definitely deserves more game time with how well he's played when he's filled in for the defenders. But Adarabioyo and Tanganga are irreplaceable in this team. But poor old Michael Hector getting injured. Comes in for a game and gets injured immediately. That's not what you like to see. But still, a nice win against a very, very good Swansea City side. The press conference is all about praising Mella. He is absolutely fantastic, and I think he might deserve a new contract. I'm not going to give him it this episode. I might give him it in a couple of episodes to see if his form continues, but he's been our standout attacking midfielder this year out of the 3. Zambo Anguissa and Hurst have been fantastic in terms of assists and everything else, but still a very, very nice performance from him again. And we go straight into the game in the FA Cup against Cheltenham. I don't really like playing FA Cup games, but I thought it's Cheltenham. I may as well play him. We start with Rodak in goal, Christie, Congolo, Mawson and Bryan. Then we've got Chalobah and Seri as holding. We've got Kearney, Cavallero, Reed and Jones as the front 4. So not a bad team to play in the Cup against a team like Cheltenham. But as we see, we start with the attack, 54th minute. Honestly, the games in this are so devoid of anything interesting. I know Zambo Anguissa's just scored, but Cheltenham parked the bus against a big team and just hope to get a cup upset. But it's a good finish from Zambo Anguissa and good play from everyone else. 1-0 up against... it's a disappointing result in it, 1-0 against Cheltenham. But in the 60th minute, Cheltenham plays some nice football. It comes out to Thomas, who somehow plays a wonderful pass into Sercombe. And look at this for an effort in a minute. Right, look at the football. May turns his man and hits the crossbar. Rodak was nowhere near it. But how can a league team play football like that and we can't even string 3 passes together? I have no idea. But Cheltenham again, Vassell Bit worrying from Rodak, but Mawson manages to get the ball clear. Mawson, honestly, is fantastic. I really do like Alfie Mawson. That's why I've given him a new contract. But that was the end of the game. 3 highlights or 2 highlights in a game, and that's just what you expect, really, sometimes. You do get that sometimes, and that episode seen us move up to keep the place in second in the league, 1 point behind Sheffield United after a loss to Reading. We still got 3 wins in the league, though, never mind, so not bad. Mitrovic on 22 goals in 24 games. Is there a better striker? I do not believe so. Krychowiak, the holding midfielder, on 14 goals. I think we might be finding this league's not good enough for him. But still really good. Mellor's broken into the top 4 with his 14 goals. Very good player, Mellor. Then the assists. Wilson, 20 assists in 21 games, and Mitrovic with 9 now. Just fantastic. Ricky J. Jones was 7 in 15. We've got quite a lot of good players in this team. I know it's definitely good enough for the high championship end, but Gazaniga with his 5 clean sheets. That's just hilarious, that. Shows how bad I am defensively. The next episode, we have got a home game against Bristol City. Then we've got an away game against Stoke City and another home game against Blackpool. The away game against Stoke will be very difficult for sure. Always a good team to play against Stoke in career mode. Then another away game against Middlesbrough, and then a home game against Millwall at Craven Cottage, sorry. So I really appreciate you watching again. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.